Good morning, good morning, good morning. First and foremost, giving God all the honor and all the glory and all the praise for waking us up this morning, giving us another chance to be better today than we were yesterday. Let's get into it. I'm not going to be here long, okay? I'm just quite frustrated, so I literally had to come on here and discuss this with y'all so that you can be fully informed and aware before you do what I did. Okay? What up, 18? Good morning, Lee Turner, Chitlin Loaf. Look at this. Look at this receipt, y'all. I had to come on here and share this information. So I'm taking my son to school because I got to turn in something. And I said, you know what? The front staff, the front office staff, the two ladies in the front, and the two security guards are cool people, right? Let me do something nice for a change. Look at CDT up early. You must have just got the kids off to school too. So I said, let me do something nice. You know, the school nurses, when I was going through my medical stuff, they did what they could on the back end to get my son's bus schedule changed so that he can come straight home. That way I ain't got to drive and go get him, right? Look at Mike Nice. Good morning. So they usually helping me out. They're always cool, always nice, always cordial. Even if they're having a bad day, they cool. And then the security guards, they two black dudes, they real cool too, right? They call me Soldier. And this is another thing why it's important, because a lot of times we have blind spots and we don't know it until somebody points things out to us, right? So I would come, do what I got to do. Don't make small talk, just, whatever. And one of the guys said, are you military? And I was like, no, not anymore. Why do you ask? And he was like, you walk like a soldier. I'm going to call you Soldier. So they call me Soldier. But it made me aware of how, prude I was, and how I would just come in there, just say, hey, let me go and handle my business and not small talk. So now I do a little bit of small talk with them because, they cool people. So anyways, I brought them some donuts. I said, let me get some donuts for them, and let me get some donuts because I got to go through them in order to get to the office. So that wouldn't be cool for me to get to the front office and then not give them something, right? So I was like, let me get some donuts for both. So my black ass went to Dunkin'. Let me tell y'all exactly what I ordered. So I ordered 2 6 dozens. I said, do you guys have 6 dozen boxes? A half dozen boxes. They said, yeah. I said, okay, cool. Let me get 2 of them. And instead of putting just random, hey, Riaz, instead of just putting random, I want you to put the crullers and the old fashioned because it's less sugar, right? It's after the holidays. People trying to be back on their healthy tip. So let me just, none of it's healthy, by the way. I'm just saying. So I said, let me get 2 half dozen boxes with the crullers and the old fashioned. Now, old fashioned is as plain as they come, right? You ain't got to do nothing special to it, right? So I thought 1 toasted croissant for my baby and 1 medium hot coffee. I'm supposed to be off coffee, but if you go to Dunkin', you got to get coffee, right? So don't kill me. So y'all here, y'all tracking, right? 2 half dozen, 1 croissant, 1 coffee. How much is that supposed to come to? Tell me. What should that be a total? What should that total come to in your head? I'm thinking not even a full dozen, just a half. Just a half. 2 of them. So one dozen donuts, $12, right? $1 a donut. $12 with the coffee and the croissant. I'm thinking maybe 17 at the most. If you add a little tax, maybe close to 20. Maybe 19 some change. Now, look at this shit. Can y'all see that? What did that say right there? What did that say right there? That's right, $32! And guess who dumbass paid it? Because I needed my son to have breakfast because I don't like him eating the school stuff. And I was running behind. So I'm at the drive-thru and I'm like, I was looking at the thing as it's totaling. And I said, I believe my eyes have deceived me. This is what I'm saying to the lady. I said, I think my eyes have deceived me, ma'am. Do you have that right on there? It says $32, but I know 12 donuts don't cost $32. So they laughing, and I can hear them laughing. They literally laughing, y'all. And she said, well, ma'am, it's an upcharge for the specialty donut. I said, which one is a specialty? She said, the crullers are specialty. I said, the crullers are the lightest, the least dough. You ain't got to use that much flour to make a cruller. But because it's shaped all cute and pretty, so it's got $2.40 for the specialty donut. I said, so how do we still get $20.98 for two orders of 6 donuts? Hey, Victoria. Possum Puff. Possum Puff is cheaper. I know. I should have asked for that. I messed up. Y'all, am I stupid for paying that? Should I just said, you know what? Them hard-working school workers, they understand. They know the economy is shot to shit. They know a mama can't, a single black mama can't afford $20 for some donuts. No, I didn't, Mike Nice. Boston cream or butter. No. $32 for 2 half-dozen donuts, 1 croissant toasted, which was reasonable. That was $2.29. I said, okay, I can get behind that. A medium coffee is Dunkin' specialty, so $3.39, I can get behind that. But $25 for 1 dozen of donuts. What is the world coming to, y'all? It was the thought. It was the thought that counts. Yeah, but guess what? Never again. Dunkin' Donuts ain't even the best of the best when it comes to donuts. Krispy Kreme on their ass. But I settled for Dunkin', and this is what I got. I guess they said we got to get our money somehow. We gonna upcharge everything. $32 for 1 dozen donuts. I'm still tripping. I mean, I was lost for words. About $30 in today's world. Yeah. Yes, hit the like button if you're on here. And I'm trying to figure this out, right? Exactly. It's blasphemy. Oh, you said no Dunkin' slander? Man, Dunkin' Donuts is on my S list. I'm sorry. I could make my own donuts for all that. Next time, I'm going to make my own donuts, package them up real pretty, put them in a box, and take them. Because ain't no way. $32 for donuts? I'm still tripping. So I'm thinking, I'm like, I know everything is going up, and I know we got the tariffs and whatnot, but in order to make a donut, what do you have to get shipped in? We don't make flour in the U.S. Sugar, I can see, has to come from overseas, but are they charging that much for sugar? That you have to charge that much? Or, like I suspect, a lot of these companies are using the excuse of the tariffs to lay people off and to charge ridiculous high prices for their stuff. They say, well, everybody else doing it, we gonna charge too. How does that work? Y'all tell me. Because everybody online is all of a sudden an economist. You got YouTube economists that got their theories and all this because they didn't study it and they watch other YouTube. So now they understand. And they gonna let you know. But I'm here asking, how does that work? Everything is overpriced. You're right, A-Team. Supply and demand. So if the demand is there, they have the right to raise the prices. As they should, but you got hard-working Americans that just need a coffee and a donut. And for you to charge that much. So a specialty donut, I'm just still tripping, y'all. You don't get what you pay. No, you don't. You don't get what you pay for no more, Lee Turner. You pay for a kind gesture. Yeah, I paid for a kind gesture. And I don't mind doing things like that, right? Because I'm a very giving person. But $32 for a dozen of donuts? Did they charge me for the box and to separate the two? Like, I'm baffled. And I'm frustrated. And to some people, $32 ain't nothing, but it's the principle behind it. $32.98, actually. $33. I paid $11 for 6 donuts. I need somebody to explain it to me. Besides supply and demand, I need somebody to explain. And on top of this, at this dang on Dunkin' Donuts, these workers be high. They be high as all get out. Moving all slow. Laughing at every damn thing. That's what I'm paying for, 18. Too much for Donuts Tuesday. That part. That part. I can't. What would y'all did if y'all went through the drive-thru and you seen that $32 on that board talking about? I wish I could write it off on my taxes. But I can't. Everything costs. And they talk about, well, you could cook at home rather than going out. Cooking at home rather than going out is cheaper. Okay, I will admit that. However, the cost of groceries is just as high as fast food. Just as high. And if you want to go to the good stores like the Whole Foods or the Farm Fresh or something like a Sprouts or something like that, it's even higher because the quality is a little better. But even with that, you paying high price for stuff that ain't even good for you. The only cereal my son can eat right now, honestly, is Frosted Flakes, because it's the only one that ain't bioengineered and don't have red 40 in it. So I'm like, as long as it don't have red 40 in it and ain't got no. So he went down the aisles, looked at all the boxes and was like, okay, well, here we go. And he actually likes it. That was my mom's favorite cereal, and me and my sister hated it. She wouldn't get us Honey Smacks or nothing like that. Ugh. You guys don't want no cereal? No. That whole box is for you. Thunder, I'm just venting. Thunder, look. $32 for 2 half-dozen donuts. 32. 32. I'm gonna be tripping off of this for at least a week. Then I'll get over it. Probably should have went. Yes, that's what I said. Next time we go into Food Lion and we just gonna pick up some of them donuts and bring it, because this don't make no sense. We're paying for convenience. They gonna have a drive-through fee pretty soon here, y'all. Mark my words. Yeah, it's price gouging 18. They wrong for that. No, they shouldn't. We need to stop spending. That too. And I did real good. I didn't go nowhere this last week. And I said, I ain't stepping foot out this house because I already know. As soon as I step foot out the house, you go to church. You got to eat after church. That's like par for the course. Whether it be something quick, simple. Even if I take them to the park after that, I'm going to want to stop and get some snacks or a popsicle or something else. And then once you start spending, it's like a... And then if I'm outside, I don't want to go home. So I'm like, what else can we do, son? Let's go here. And that's more money, more money, more money. So I said, this weekend we chilling. We ain't going nowhere. I think I went to the store one time to pick up something. Yeah, T. $32, T. For 2 6-count donuts. $15 hamburgers. Hell nah. Yeah, they doing too much. What are we gonna do about this, guys? Who we need to report this to? I'm gonna start a petition. Is it Trump's fault? I'm just saying, we got money for wars, but we can't feed the poor. Shout out to my favorite rapper of all time. Hey, T. Take them back Tuesday. I should have said, nah, get somebody else to do it. Thank you. I have a scar. Oh, wow. It's actually pretty much, it was this one. It's gone. There's like a little remnants of it. But when I was 7, I used to live with this lady named Gwen. Me and my sister. We had some stuff going on and we ended up in like temporary foster care. And anyways, Gwen was mean as... Oh, she was mean. Now, she was good to us. She took care of us. I ain't gonna lie. And her daughter was twice my age. Andy was 14. And she would do our hair the night before, put a little plastic cap on it and whatever. So we would be nice and good to go in the mornings and stuff. And she was sweet. She would play with us as much as she could tolerate, you know. But she would do our hair. And she was actually her, like, adopted, like, he actually adopted Andy. And Gwen was an older black lady. She was the choir director. And you know, choir directors do not play, right? So she was mean. Just not mean, just stern. Just very, I said what I said one time only. If you don't do what I say, that's your ass. She would be up there in that pew. And if she heard a little she would turn around. She'd see us. She would make that eye contact. Me and my sister already knew when we got home it was on and popping. And she had the y'all know them balloons that just stay real puffed up and hard, and they come with a long stick, and that stick is really thick but it's hollow. She would use that to smack the back of our hands. Pop, pop, pop. So imagine a little 7 and 6-year-old hand. Child. Gwen wasn't nothing to play with. Okay? Anyways, we would make our own donuts at Gwen's. If we were good and it was a weekend and we wanted some sweet, we would make our own donuts. So she would get the can of biscuits, open it up, and she would give us a bottle cap top, and we would use that to cut a hole in all the donuts. She taught us how to make donuts, and she would get that oil nice and hot. And one time, she said, okay, you got to flip the donut now. So I went to flip the donut, but there was still a lot of grease on that spoon, or that, it had to be a spoon, because I ended up dropping a whole heap of hot oil onto my hand, and it rolled down so fast, and I had this scar right here. You can't even see it no more. But I had a scar, the remnants of it right here. But it was big right here, and then it went down. It was just a long scar, and that scar stayed with me. I mean, I remember being in the military and telling somebody about that scar, but damn, it's gone since then. But yeah, so you can make your own dough. And then so after we flipped it, took it out, sat it on the tray to get all the grease out. She did this glaze thing with the sugar. Some of them just had sprinkled sugar. Some had cinnamon. Some she turned into a frosting. So yeah, you're right, T. We can make our own damn donuts. Shit. What up, Chelsea Lynn? Yeah, I would have just had to take that loss. Nope, and Dunkin' doesn't even make them fresh. That part. But they got the nerve to charge $32 for a dozen donuts. $32, y'all. Now, mind you, I'm adding in the coffee and the croissant, which was a total of $6 between the two. But 32 minus 6 is what? $26 for 1 dozen donuts? I know I'm being dramatic, but I am still in shock. I'm probably more irritated than anything because I can't do nothing about it. That's the problem. I can't control. I can control me, right? I can control my actions. I can say I'm not going there no more, and I can make my own shit. Dunkin' Donuts, Chelsea. I have a neighbor who helped me plant my gladiolas, maybe? I don't know. No, I don't know. These big plants, and then they spring up flowers in them during the summer. She's a gardener. Her mom has won, like, her mom's garden has been in, like, magazines and stuff in Williamsburg. So she's really big into all of that. She cooks, she does everything. This lady is just amazing. I don't know why nobody ain't scooped her ass up yet, but she's just a beautiful person on the inside and out, and she's very talented, very resourceful, just a cool lady. Anyways, she helped me plant some stuff, and she came over last week, and we were sitting in my backyard, and she was just like, "Ooh, the possibilities out here." So anyways, she grows tomatoes, cucumbers, like string beans, some other stuff. So she was telling me that I need to get a raised bed and put down some weed cloth and then put the beds on there, and it'll stop the grass from growing or whatever. But she's like, yeah, this right here is a perfect area in your backyard to where you can start. And she said, you got to make sure you don't crowd it and put too many things in one bed. You have to separate them so that they can grow. And so yeah, she's teaching me a lot. And you have to have food fertilizer. You have to use fertilizer. So I'm gonna start. I'm actually at Lowe's right now, but I'm definitely gonna start that because there's things that I want, like carrots. She said carrots are pretty easy to grow. So I'm gonna do carrots because we eat that a lot. Well, my son does. And I like raw carrots. Carrots, green beans for sure. I'm gonna try zucchini. But she said bell peppers are another one that's easy to grow. She grows bell peppers. And the tomatoes and I'm not a big tomato eater. My son hates tomatoes, but he loves ketchup. So she grew these little cherry tomatoes. Oh my God, they were so freaking good. And she grows them by like she said it grew too much. She had to just give them away because her and her kid couldn't eat them enough, quick enough. But I got to. T says, I don't buy from Dunkin' anymore. One, they stopped being ran by Americans. I got tired of stale donuts. Oh, and they'll cook that stuff and keep putting it out and sell it to you. You got to be like, hold the flies. Y'all remember that? What movie is that from? We're going to do a movie trivia because JP said that he would give away a deep fryer, whoever wins the trivia. So we're going to do a movie trivia. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a picture of a scene, and whoever tells me a quote from that movie, Or I'll do it the other way. I'm going to say the quote, and then you got to tell me what scene that's from. So we're going to do that. I gotta hook that up with him. Auntie 18. Oh, it's cold out there? It's cold here too. Project Leroy in the building. Hey. Yes, making the donuts the old-fashioned way with that oil. Oh my God, you're bringing back some damn good memories. I remember making cinnamon rolls from scratch with my dad. Oh, your dad taught you how to do that? So cool. I love it. T says, get the biscuits, cut them in 4s, deep fry, then cover them with confection sugar. So good, I know. Me, Project Leroy, my dumb ass, because I was in a rush. I had to have him at school by 8:15, and by this time it's like 7:59. So I'm like, I gotta feed him something, and I gotta get him I gotta get this stuff. I didn't have to do anything. I just did. I know Project Leroy Dunkin is trash. Chelsea says, this is why I don't eat out anymore. I always think about how much I could get with groceries. Yeah, I do feel ripped off. T says, I'm about to make me a lemon pound cake from scratch with lemon icing drizzle. I know that's right. You can plant your own onions, ginger, and herbs. That's what I want to do. I want to plant herbs. I think she was telling me that it was easy for her to make, not cilantro. What's the other herb that's similar to cilantro? Make your fertilizer. It's easy. You just need sugar, yeast, and water. Sugar, yeast, and water. Really? Okay. Lee says, I grow tomatoes in a Lowe's bucket in the spring. Okay. Friday, you got it, Project Leroy. Yeah. Oh, you're horrible with trivia? You just gotta watch some more black movies, okay? Okay, it's only gonna be like five movies I'm a quote. 5 movies I'm a quote, and a lot of them's gonna be easy. If you was like me when you was a kid growing up, you watch the same stuff over and over. Dunkin's is ran by the Goop Scoop Mafia. Y'all stupid, it's too early. But you're making me feel better about this $32. Damn donut. If you grow okra, you'll have too much to eat yourself. And tomatoes, these are easy. I see tomatoes are, girl, look at Justo. Ooh, it's 37. 35. It's 39 here. Oh, herbs are easy to grow. Do you grow herbs? Do you have to grow herbs on the inside, though, in the house? No, not fennel or mint. Maybe it is cilantro I'm thinking of. Fry. Oh, you tried to grow tomatoes. Tree grew nice and lush, but not one tomato. Didn't know what happened. Probably bugs got to it. Peppers too. Oh, you're bad with remembering scenes. Okay. Ooh, strawberries. That would be a good one. I almost said never mind, T. I almost did. Oh, you can put them in pots or buckets. Okay. Oh, you have a little greenhouse. Oh, that sounds nice. Ooh, that sounds nice. Use manure as fertilizer. I don't like the way that shit smells. Nope, no advice, Connor. I don't know how to make it. Oh, you trying to be funny. Y'all, can y'all get that fool out of here? Speaking of the cold, me and my son wants to burn another fire pit because it's been cold lately. I mean, we had 2 nice days when it was literally like 71 and 69 degrees, and I was like, yo, this is beautiful. And it just made me miss the spring. And so that was short-lived, of course. And tonight, I think it's supposed to snow. I'm not sure. My son's excited, of course. Oh, you don't smell it? The ones purchased from the store? Okay. That's that industrial shit we be smelling when we be riding down the street, and it's like, whoa. So anyways, my son, I told him, he was like, Mom, can I start a fire? I was like, bro, we don't have any wood. I got to go to the store and get some. And I was at 7-Eleven yesterday, and they have firewood outside, but it was like $8.99. I was like, I think I can get it cheaper at Lowe's, plus I can use my military discount. So I didn't get it, but he was like, I'll go find you some. I'm like, what? He's like, I'll be back. So he went out the backyard, came back with these long branches and stuff like that. I love my son. He is just so, and he just took off. Y'all remember that little video where the little boy was like, I got this to do. I got to go get the mail. I got to go feed the chickens. I got to go get some eggs. And she was like, ooh, rough day at the office. And he was like, yeah. And then he goes, all right, I got to go. And then he takes off. And that's exactly what my son looked like. And he came back. He had all these sticks, and he's tossing some over the fence, tossing. All of these branches and stuff. So he's trying to break it with his foot. I'm trying to tell him, you got to step halfway in the middle and then pull it up and use both hands. So I was like, go inside and get your shades. So anyways, last night I pissed him off because he didn't do something I needed him to do, and I ended up yelling at him. And after he was done with that, I just heard the back door open up. He was back there. He went and found a hammer, and he's just he's trying to break up that wood. And I'm like, son, whatever you do, just please be careful, because I'm not trying to take you to the ER. So this morning, he was mad about something else too. And he opened up that back door, and he was out there. And I said, I said, is this his coping mechanism? I said, my baby. So I'm at Lowe's, and I'm going to get him a hatchet, a small hatchet, and some goggles that come all the way around to protect his face. Because if he likes chopping wood, then wood we gonna chop. Because he likes to do that for fun, it seems. And it's also a stress reliever for him. So I'm going to pour into that shit. Look at Craig. Good morning. The weather messed up my winter. The weather messed up. I planted some bushes. I don't know what type they are. Don't ask me. Those other plants that I told you about that have flowers that come out. And then my neighbor, the lady who I was telling about, brought me 2 flowers to plant. And they're like purple little flowers, but they're real delicate. And only one has survived. But those 2 big plants, the 2 big ones that come out, I mean, they're like tall. And they were so beautiful. Those have died down. And I said, do I just pull them out? She's like, no. She said, in the spring, it's going to come back. She said, you just cut down all the way down to where you still feel life and it's not completely dead. And she said, it will grow back. And I was like, I'd be just so amazed at nature and what God does. Like, you can't deny that there is a God. Us as humans, there's no way we could have created all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the amazement of it all. No flowers. My greedy behind was only interested in growing food. That's right. If you want to make a small greenhouse, use the rotisserie chicken package with the black bottom and the clear top. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because it's got the lid and it'll, yeah. Yeah, Cree, I had to get this off my chest, baby girl. I spent $32 for a dozen donuts. So, I'm just venting. I'm just getting it off. That's all. Logical, if you juice, you can make the compost for that also, for the fertilizer. Ah, that's right. I did say I was gonna start, because I still haven't taken that damn juicer out of the box, y'all. I'm so bad. Good morning. Goop Scoop Slurpees with credit card skimmers on their devices. Yeah, and unfortunately where I live, they're the only ones that own all of these convenience stores. All of them. I had a dream that I owned a gas station once, and it was nice and neat on the inside. And I had everything you could want in there. But if I owned one, I wouldn't be promoting all that dumb stuff that they have, you know. They be having fake weed and them enhancement pills and all that. That's what I'm saying, y'all. We got to come together and pool our money so that we can start owning up some of these stores and making that money circulate and rotate in our communities. Because I get tired of giving them my money. I mean, not that tired that I won't go, but tomato plant produces flowers. Get something to vibrate them, to pollinate them, stimulates the bumblebee. Okay. How do you get the pollinate? Oh, in a greenhouse. You can't. Maybe you have to take them outside for a couple hours every day. Oh, scallions grow flowers. I didn't know that. Yes, you can also start a computer container. Computer container? Thanks, Mike, for timing those out. Stop giving them your money. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's really what it boils down to. You know. Yeah. What up, Walkie? Would be nice if politicians on either side didn't put it in that part. You think these politicians aren't in on it? They're the reason why, and that's how they get paid. That's why it'd be funny to me, like when Trump be like, we need to stop, da-da-da. You getting paid off of all of these drugs coming through. Everybody gets paid. The effects of addiction, everybody gets paid. The doctor's offices, the therapists, the funeral homes, the hospitals. All of these major industries get paid. And probably some I'm not even thinking about. You know? Everybody gets paid off of degeneracy. So, we blew up one of his cocaine plants. Probably the smallest one. And he told you it was okay to blow it up. You can have that one, but don't touch my shit over here. Working class will never see any money. And that's the thing, y'all. Are we doomed? Because according to the YouTube economists, that's not a channel. I'm talking about everybody that think they know everything. It's not going to get any better. We are doomed. This is it. Is this it? Are we doomed? Will it correct? My thoughts was flush everything out, start new, start getting this stuff in line. I was on board when they was cracking down on all of these departments in the government that aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But now it's a little too much. It's a little too much. I have empathy for those that are going through. You can't survive off of just one job. And the jobs don't want to pay you what you're worth, but they want to work you 3 times as much because they refuse to hire somebody else. So not only are you working for low wage, but you also have to do the job of 2 and 3 people. And if you don't do that, they'll get rid of you because there's 10 million people in line waiting for that menial job because they need to work. It's a dirty game. Ooh, it's a dirty game. And it just really breaks my heart. You know? It really breaks my heart. I don't like to see, I don't know. It's just not good. But just remember, I'm talking to me. I could be that. I could be the one in the unemployment line. I could be the one, you know, doing what I got to do in order to survive. So I'm blessed, you know. But we have to remain humble because at the blink of an eye, it could be taken care of you. Because I depend on the government to survive, honestly. Why you bullshitting? Q-tips are good for this. Oh, you can hand pollinate. Wow. What do you put on the Q-tips for them to land on it and do their thing, and then you could take that into the... Okay. Mike Nice be on it with the trolls. 1-way ticket. The rich run in small circles, and we ain't part of it. We ain't part of it. We talked about this in my last class. The out group. You have your in group and you have your out group. And leaders have their in group. You know? But you have the opportunity to mentor and to lead those that are in the out, to bring them to the in group so that everybody's on the same accord. But there's always going to be those that are not included. And the rich continue to get richer. And like he said, it is a very small group that we will never be a part of. I don't care how much money you got. You'll never have that much money. We're talking about billions and trillions that are running all of this. They're so far removed from reality that they can't even relate to a person who can't feed their family. And do you think they care? Nope. Me and my cousin had this discussion. He was saying that there's a lot of rich people that commit suicide because of the guilt that they feel for what they've done to people. And I said, cousin, they not killing themselves because of guilt. I said, you think them people feel bad about what they got going on? You think they feel bad because they made it out? They don't have no sympathy. Not all. I'm not saying that rich people are you know, all of them are that way, but a lot of them are. And you have to judge a person by their actions. If what they're doing is hurting their people, then they don't care. Because if they did, they would pay these people what they deserve. Why do you think they're mad? A lot of them are mad about this whole immigration thing because they want that cheap labor. They don't want to have to pay people what a person is owed in America. Ain't no American about to work for pennies. I mean, some do, but a lot ain't. Couch talked about this yesterday. A lot of them are too prideful. But I can understand when it comes to certain things. You're not about to pay me $7.50 to be standing on my feet all day with somebody barking orders at me. Hell no. As a teenager, yes. But as a grown person that's worked in corporate America, now you want to pay me minimum wage for somebody to talk shit to me? Hell no. Remember, older people always had a side hustle. Yeah, my dad used to work on cars. My mom had 2 jobs. She worked at the shipyard at one point, and she was a waitress at a bar or a restaurant or something like that. You know? I think one of my aunties did hair. My grandma sewed and modeled. Yeah, everybody had a side hustle. Everybody was always doing something extra. Always had something else to do. Always. You ain't lying. The rich and the old have stolen the wealth. Yep. You saying it, Project Leroy. Remember, older people always, yep. All the bees will come. Yeah, YouTube University, they gonna teach you everything. We will make it if those old folks who survived the Great Depression with little to no education and Jim Crow at the same, we will be fine. Yes, because God didn't put us on this earth to just wither away and die because the economy is jacked up. You have to believe, you have to have faith, and you have to be obedient. And if you do these things, he will provide for you. Unfortunately, you have a lot of people that have turned away from God. God has always been there. He ain't going nowhere. But you have to seek him, and you have to reach out. He's already been here. But it's up to us to ask for help. It's up to us to ask for guidance and direction, and to be blessed, and to just be led. But instead, we rather be led by what we see on here, people in our ear, social media telling us we should have this or be doing that, rather than seeking from him. That's part of the problem. You know? But he didn't put us on this earth to just wither away and die because 12 dozen donuts cost $32. Not at all. It's tragic and it's horrible, but I have a feeling it'll get better. I have to be hopeful, at least, you know. But when you look at these other countries, we have no idea what true poverty looks like. You know, they consider you living in a house with one flat screen, one car, and if you got to use food stamps, you consider poverty. That ain't poverty. Ooh, that ain't poverty. You talk about no running water, no electricity. So if we as Americans can survive what's going on now, then we can make it through anything. And I bet you one thing, we'll be more grateful when we do get back to where it is that we need to be. Everything happens for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Does it suck? Yes. But everything happens for a reason. That's right, Jim Crow. That too. I told my son, honestly, I don't believe any other race would have been able to handle the stuff that we've endured. The stuff that our ancestors endured, if we were to reverse that and do it to the people that did it to us. You see Native Americans, and I said, think about natives. I said, do you see a Native American when you're just out and about and at school? Have you seen one? Have you ever? We survive it all, and we ain't going nowhere. That's what they need to understand. Nowhere. Look at G Honda. Good morning. Hey, Michael. You on company time. Yep. You don't need to put anything on the Q-tip. Just make sure you use one and set it just for okra and set another squash unless you want some experiments. Oh, so you just sit the Q-tip out there next to the stuff and they'll come and pollinate it? That's pretty cool. Hey, Walker. What up, Tiara? Okay, have a good day. Yeah, Walker, I'm not staying here much longer. I'm getting off soon. I got to run in here to Lowe's. Oh, okay, you just got off. I'm about to crash, but I'm listening. Okay, I'm glad you had a good night. Glad you made it home safely. Have a good nighttime rest and enjoy your day. That's right, Project Leroy. She's asking A-Team, how you doing? Not even close to poverty. Not even close, T. Not even close. Poverty to the average American is if you don't have like the latest and the greatest. If you can't floss and flex, if you can't take 3 to 4 vacations a year, then we're considered in poverty. That's how our minds is. I'm exaggerating, but like that's how we look at stuff. And it's really sad. But we about to get shown real quick. Real quick. You have no idea what poverty is. Thunder says, I've been to third world countries and I'll choose American poverty every single time. If this is what poverty is, I'll take that back there. Facts. And they can survive. They know how to survive. Can we survive? If shit really hit the fan for everybody, could we survive? I know a little skills, but I don't even have one of those solar things. I need to get one of those solar things where I can plug stuff in and let the sun charge it. That way, when the sun goes down, I got electricity to heat some stuff for my kid. I need a new can. The can opener I got is all jacked up. If I needed to open up some canned food, I'll be cutting myself. One time I had to open a can when I was younger with a knife. Dang near sliced my hand off. We got to have things that are convenient so that when stuff do hit the fan, we ready. But a lot of us are just surviving day to day. Life is so tough. That's why we can't judge nobody. Life is so tough for so many people. All they can do is just survive the day. Get through one day without drinking, one day without smoking, one day without hitting their wife, one day without, not wanting to choke your coworker out, one day where you don't have to argue with the kids to do what they got to do. Just one day where you don't feel like the world is on your shoulders. You don't know how you gonna pay your rent. You don't know how. And they're like, you talking about the apocalypse, nigga? I'm about to get evicted. My mind is on now. What can I do now? I'm trying my best not to be a trick. It's real out here. Look in the mirror. Not poverty, but financially challenged, I prefer. She said, don't call me financially challenged. That's what we gonna call it. Nowhere. Do go anywhere. Poverty is, to me, is being homeless. That's what I equate poverty to as well, James. Never cared to flex. Let me not be able to get snacks. To me, that's poverty. Don't mess with my food. I know that's right. You mess with my snacks, we got a problem. Other than that, I'm good. T said, I'm easy to please. Just don't touch my snacks. Yeah. Everybody got their definition in their mind, respectively, I think that's the word, relatively, what they think poverty is. You know? We just know what you ain't willing to, you know. You find yourself getting close to that, whatever that is in your mind, you gotta do something different. Project Leroy says, Mo, we've been surviving at the bottom. Problem is everyone else lost without someone teaching them how to survive with less. That's true. That's why I let my son go out there and I try to, you know, expose him to stuff. Because I need him to be able to survive without me. You know? Get in there and cook them eggs. Get in there and do that. Chop that wood, boy. I've never been big on material things. Never cared for a big house. Give me my snacks, my streams, comfort, and I'm good. I've only left home twice briefly since December 19th. That's nice. You made your home a haven. I was just talking to my homeboy last night about, he was like, you need to move back to Cali. That I was like, I can't afford. He said, actually in Riverside, there are some homes that are kind of reasonable. You could afford. I was like, oh, word? Yeah. And he said he had some friends that moved out there, and he said their house is bad. He said they got a beautiful house. He said they put a sauna, like an infrared sauna, a jacuzzi. I say, see, they've made their home comfortable so that they don't have to leave if they don't want to. They don't have to go and pay a gym membership so that they can use the infrared. They got it in their house. And he said, but they told him, we still bored. I'm like, you got all them amenities right there in your home and you're still bored. That means they're missing something else. Because like T said, it's not about material things. It's really about purpose. Once you know your purpose and you living in your purpose, everything makes more sense and life is less boring. You don't have to depend on being in the midst and company of people in order to feel complete and to not be bored. Purpose is key. All I need is one mic. Jay, always thinking about music. Facts, we taught our boys basic mechanics, but I just enrolled them in mechanic school just to make sure they're good. That is awesome. Jay Walker has twins, you guys. So she be on it. I got to get my son back with the plumber guy. He was taking some plumbing lessons. One of my neighbors is a plumber, a master plumber. He actually teaches plumbing. And he took Bishop under his wing, and at church he taught about plumbing. And then he also taught Bishop at his school how to switch out the tank and the thing in the tank. So Bishop came home, I bought the kit, and he changed it out himself. I put it on there. It's a short on here. But I got to get him more into that. Plumbers make a lot of money. A lot of money. And just like Couch was explaining on Money Mondays, you know, you have to advertise yourself. You have to get on these sites and put out what it is that you do, and people will call and contact because they know you're doing it by yourself. If you got your license or whatever, they know you're going to charge cheaper than, you know, these big corporations. So you got to put out whatever side hustle you got to put it out there. Whatever skill, and you can be your own businessman. Create an LLC if you know how to do stuff. I think this economy is going to force a lot of people to start their own businesses. And I think that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. T says, I'm never bored. All I do is think about the fools on the outside, and I'm very good. This is the first live I've come to over in a month. That's right, T. Yeah, we also have to cleanse our mind of shit that we don't need to. Like, there's a lot of things that we watch, and although it may be truthful and factual and informational, sometimes too much of that can harden the heart. And that's why sometimes I have to step away from certain things too, because it's like, I know it's happening, I know this is news, but it's not helping me right now. So we have to do what's best for us on an individual level and cut out a lot of stuff that's not going to serve us. Plumbing class is good too. Thank you. I'm on it. Yeah. Plumbing is a good skill. A lot of people don't like to deal with plumbing just because they think of sewer and stuff like that. But most of the time, a lot of times, it don't seem like you're dealing with, sewer water and stuff like that. You're dealing with, fresh water, pipes underneath the sink and toilet and stuff like that. Unless you got like a severe clog, and then you never know what you're going to get. But you missed the explanation on how to hand pollinate. I did see that, but it was a lot. That's for T Delgado. She the one with the greenhouse. Did you see it, T? Go back and read Thunder's go back and read Thunder's thing. Logical, you got me when I saw donut. I know. Talking about food this early in the morning. Yeah, she saw it. He wanted me to read it. Let me read it out loud for those that may want to hand pollinate. Okay? So if you guys have a greenhouse and you're worried about your plants not being able to pollinate, Thunder says you have to rub the Q-tip on the flower inside and then rub another flower on the inside with the same Q-tip and repeat the process until all with the flowers have been pollinating. This is hand pollination. Got it. That sounds like a lot. Is it something you got to do every day, though? Or can you just do it like once a week? Mo, let me get $32 worth of gas since you in the charity. Ooh, got me tight about that $32. A dozen donuts for 30. Y'all. And I'm not a cheap person. I should be. But when it comes to food, I'm never cheap. I'm going to get the best of the best because I love to eat good food. But like A-Team said earlier, the quality is crap. We're paying a lot of money for smaller portions and the quality is not good. What are we doing, America? We have to start boycotting this stuff. We have to. But then when we start boycotting, like I saw earlier or yesterday, these guys at the oil rigs, they not getting no work. So it's like you boycott stuff, then the workers suffer because then their hours get cut back. He said he used to make $15,000 a month. No, it's like 2 or something crazy like that. I didn't watch the whole clip. I just seen the thing. But we start boycotting. But maybe that's what we need to do in order for the people at the top to see, okay, these people ain't playing. Like, I really do believe in boycotting. I really do. I think it makes a statement and it hits them where it hurts. A lot of them really don't care about race. They don't care about your religion, your race, none of that. They care about that money. They care about that dollar. You hit them where their pockets hurt, they make changes. That's why as black people, we need to pick one major corporation who has a CEO and somebody at the top that's over here running and making these laws and paying these politicians. You hit them where their pockets hurt with a demand. You can't just say, I'm not going to buy no Nikes for the next 6 months. You have to have a demand that comes along with it. Reparations. You need to push this. In this city, this happened. You guys need to fund X, Y, and Z. Whatever it is. Boycott and have a demand. And I promise you, if Nike sees 50 million, 100 million, 500 million losses in 6 months, they gonna use their resources and their power to get what it is that the black people are asking for. That's how it works. And we need to pull our money and pay somebody that we believe in, that's gonna do the footwork, that knows all of the legal jargon, that is highly dedicated and their heart's in the cause, for them to be our spokesperson and to do what it is that needs to be done. We literally can put that $32 that I spent on these funky ass donuts, that could be going towards that cause. But ain't nobody gonna listen to me, a black single mom, retired Air Force veteran, just, we need the men to stand up. Shit. Money talks and BS runs the marathon. You damn right. Don't boycott, just make your own. Yeah. Once for the most plant like peaches, apricots, but okra every other day. Oh, okay. Oh, all you have to do is one time? Not bad. And you're drinking their watered down coffee. Better get, thank you. This, all I taste is cream and sugar. Honestly, cream and sugar. Look at how bright that is. Y'all see? Look at that. $3 for that. Bustelo, I'm gonna have to try that one. Oh, that's when you haven't grown yet? Yeah, I'm not an okra person. My mom used to make okra. She would add it to her goulash sometimes. I'm just like, no problem, Thunder. I know you wanted that read out loud. I don't get hyped over name brands. I buy what works and a name I don't need. That's right, me too. There's some things you can't skimp on though. I'm gonna tell you right now, like cream cheese, nah, it got to be the Philadelphia, because that other stuff, no. Absolutely not. It just depends. Almond milk too. I'm sorry, certain brands of things that I have to get. It just ain't. Sometimes it just don't be hitting. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just don't be hitting. Exactly. Curry coffee. I don't know who owns this Dunkin', but it ain't nothing but black people that work in this one. And they be high as a kite, thinking every damn thing is funny. I said, excuse, did you, is that a typo on the screen? She said, no. She said, I know. I said, you know what? It ain't your fault. You ain't even got to keep explaining, baby. This just don't make no damn. I just came, $32.98 for 12 donuts, $2.40 for the specialty, 1 croissant, and a medium coffee. $33. We're gonna put this for the thumbnail. Yaucono coffee is where it's at. I've never had that before. The best coffee I ever had, hands down, no lie, was in South Korea. That coffee out there, oh, that's some good coffee. And what I learned was, this guy sat me down and had to teach me a lesson on coffee. He said, you guys burn your coffee beans. That's why your coffee is like that. He said, the milder, the better. He said, we roast it. We don't burn it. We just roast it and then grind it. And it's good like that. I said, it sure is. That coffee was good. But then I heard that they fertilize it with human shit. So, I heard they fertilize a lot of their fruit with humans. I said, I know you lying. I know. But I heard it through somebody and through somebody, so I don't know if it's true or not. The oat milk you're buying, no matter the name is not real, make your own. That's true. It's just a huge process to make that almond milk. I mean, And almonds aren't expensive either. You could buy a bunch of almonds for cheap. It's just the whole pressing action, the whole sifting through the cheesecloth action. I don't buy the Silk brand, if that makes a difference. I usually buy the Khalifa brand, where almonds is like the #1 ingredient. Water and almonds. And it doesn't have, I don't think it has a bunch of extra stuff in there that I can't pronounce. She said, you better than me. Who talking about Cafe Bustelo? You're a person after my own heart. Just be careful. If it too strong, your heart will start to race. Whoa, okay, so that's caffeine. I said that's the one that's in the yellow coffee can, right? It's yellow. You steep your coffee. Yaucono. Oh, it's not processed. Okay. Blue can. What's in the blue can? My grandpa used to drink chock full of nuts. He loved that chock full of nuts. I think I tried it a couple times. It was okay. And he loved McDonald's coffee too. He'd go to McDonald's just for coffee. It's easy. Oh no, T, you got me making my own donuts, and now I gotta make my own almond milk, man. Some stuff I ain't built for. I ain't built for that. Wow, so just 1 cup will get your heart racing, huh? That'd be the caffeine I need so I can exercise. They take the ends, the bits, and make a powder out of the almonds, then add milk to make a can. Almonds are sold as if they are normal. Okay, who wants smoke? Blue can, Mel. That's not is that Maxwell House? Blue can. Who's in a blue can? Blue can? No, Folgers is green. I don't know. Blender, strain, add your coconut oil, dash of salt, and boom. No sugar? I can't add a little sugar. Well, the one I get is unsweetened anyway. I could try. I still got my Vitamix that I need to get rid of. I used it a lot when my son was a baby so I could blend his veggies and stuff, but yeah, I don't know which one the blue can is. I have no idea. You're going to have to tell us, Project Leroy. Maxwell is blue? Oh, Maxwell House. I think Joanna got it. Joanna Nicole, I don't like them 5-minute lives, Heifer. Now we gonna have to talk about that. We got beef this morning. I think so. I think they still make it. Oh, red is Folgers. Yellow is Bustelo. Yaucono is black. I think it's Maxwell. No, not today, Spartan. Friday. You could have left them. The only people I like to get out, anybody that got something black to say, something about black people, or something really egregious about black women. You say something about black people, if you want to hint like you want to say the N-word, you got something, get them out of here. But dumb shit like that, I don't care. It should be making me funny, making me laugh. Yeah, it's horrible when you get some. I got the Food Lion brand coffee one time. Child, I couldn't even, on my worst day, I couldn't drink it. I said, oh my God, this is horrible. This is horrible. I still got the jar in my, so maybe I'll use it for my plants. Oh, he was going there. Okay. Thank you. That's not the one. Well, hurry up and just tell us, Project Leroy, because I got to go. Alto? Alto? I've never even seen Alto coffee. Alto? Alto. Y'all not going to get that reference, but... because it wasn't alto, it was just his tone. Alto? Alto. That was it? Oh, Thunder got it. I should have known. I should have known. Mommy coffee. Mommy coffee? But this right here, it's like drinking just straight up milk and sugar. It doesn't even smell like coffee. I can't even smell the coffee. What a waste. Now all that sugar and cream is just gonna go to my belly. What up, Danny Duncan? No, never had Alto either. Sorry, guys. It happens in the morning. As soon as I hit the outside, it's a wrap. I paid for the cup. And the labor of them actually pouring it into the cup, mixing everything, and handing it to me. Yeah, I paid for this. This is how much the cup costs now. $3.30. Yeah. Let me view what this is being held. Oh, what? YouTube hit that. Oh, shit. Never. You better put that cup in the bathroom. What you mean? Why? So, yeah. Let me go get my son a hatchet. What else should I get him for chopping wood? I'm going to get him a hatchet. It's not going to be a big one, just a small one, so he can break up them things. So he can start his own little fire. We're going to see how he do with that. I'm going to let him start his own fire. Let's see what you know what you're doing, son. But you got to find some kindling around. You got to, you know, we're going to go old school with it. Of course, I'm going to have everything he really need in the background. So when it don't work, he got what he needs. So I'm going to get him a little hatchet, and then I'm going to get him some goggles to help protect his face while he's out there chopping. Do I need anything else, y'all? Joanna Nicole says, where to Christy and Desmond video? Let's talk. I don't know these people. I've seen them trending. Are they a TikTok couple? Are they like couple goals people or something? I don't know these niggas. You know what I'm saying? We just be making anybody famous. I'm like, who are these? I don't know these fools. I just know it's two light brights that marry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have no interest. That's racist. But I'll look into it if you want to do a video together. I mean, I just need the back. I don't know these people, man. I got to be really invested to get passionate about it. I'm going to be honest with you. Find something else for us to talk about. Pick another topic. I'm still up. I need an award. I never made it this far in your life. Well, go to sleep, because I'll be talking loud. So you put me on and you're sitting next to the bed and you dozing off. Every once in a while, I'm going to get loud. And then I'm going to wake your ass up. Go ahead and put some CDT on and fall asleep, Jay Walker. Get your son a Dunkin's Donut cup. Okay. And then some bear spray. Okay. I don't know if they still make it, but Folgers Black Silk was amazing. I don't know about Folgers Black Silk. Get him some donuts. A wood saw? Dang. For some reason, I mean, he kind of responsible, but Is that safer than a hatchet? Oh, Desmond's a lie. Desmond a damn lie, huh? Oh, their marriage was a sham. Christy is actually best friends with the singer Her. Okay. What he lying about? Oh yeah, what did he lie about? I seen something that said he cheated and they've been married since they were like they grew up together or something like that. Or the title was, what was the title in that person's video? It said, "Are you expected to stay faithful if you've known each other since you were kids," or something like that? I don't know. Oh, assault is safer. And that'll tire him out too. But he seemed like he had just fun, just like, I think he needs that. He needs to be able to get that. So maybe I'll get him a saw and a hatchet. I don't believe his explanation, and she made more money than him. Bottom line, he's jealous. Ooh. That happens in relationships too. I've seen that before. I've definitely seen that before. I've seen the women be jealous of their husbands and the husbands be jealous of the wife. And I ain't married, but I would imagine that's not good for business. You can't be jealous of the person you sleep with. Imagine being jealous of the person you actually lay down next to. It's okay to be a little envious and you wish you had done whatever it is that they accomplished, but to actually be jealous of your spouse, someone you created kids with, that's wild to me. I remember my ex-husband told our therapist, "I think she's jealous of me." And I was like, "Jealous of what?" And he was like, "Because my family does for me." And I'm like, "I'm not jealous." I said, "But he wanted a stereo system for his car. And it was only like $500. And I said, "Babe, we could just," I said, "Don't ask your parents for it." I said, because I felt like that was making us look bad. Like, damn, we're married and we can't handle our finances. I said, "Just give me 2 paychecks and I'll help you." I said, "I'll put $200 aside this paycheck, and whatever you're missing the next paycheck, I'll put in." I said, "You're having it," but he wanted it now. And his mama sent it to him. And I was so heated. I tried to explain to him, like, well, we're married now. We have to take care of ourselves. And so he told our therapist, our counselor, marriage counselor, that I was jealous of him because he has family that supports him and I don't. And that hurt me so bad because it wasn't true. Number one, I felt good knowing that, because his family was cool with me. I loved them. They were sweet as hell. Like, they really embraced me. In the back of their mind, they probably didn't really, I don't know, but I didn't feel that at all. And so I was just hurt, like, damn, because I was like, no, I was like, I love your family. Like, it's nice to know that if we really needed something, somebody got our back. I said, but I don't believe in taking advantage of that. And I said, and you're now married, so you have to lead. You got to step into your, like, what are we doing? You needed that stereo system now? For what? It sounded nice too, though. But to be jealous of your spouse or the help that they get is crazy. Then they said they have a survival kit on Amazon with hatchet, saw, shovel, fire starter kit, aid for little of nothing. Okay, I'll see if I can find it in here. I'm tired of going on Amazon. He's a chef and not top of the line. She's the one with the brand deals in IT. Oh, okay. She was the one leading her relationship and tried to cosplay her husband of being something he's not. Ah. Well, yeah, women do that. We don't want our men to seem like they are less than, so we prop them up and give them extra titles that sometimes they may not be ready to live up to. When you get on social media, it's a lot of pressure. You know, like me, I'm not, you know, I look average. I'm just woke up. Like, this is what you gonna get when you wake up inside mode. This is what you get. You know, so there's a lot of pressure to doing this thing. And you have to be real confident and know that you're the shit regardless of what somebody titles you as, or what no matter what somebody wants you to be. If you want to be that, you will get to that level, but everything takes time. The problem with society is that we all want it now. Microwave generation. By posting pictures of him holding on to her, you don't see her holding on to him with passion. T.S. Joanna, was your husband, mom, taking care of him? They didn't earn that title. Okay. Then when I needed major things, I would work hard, save, and be self-sufficient. Yeah. That's what you do. You got to save until you can afford it. Really? That's the key. Their content was scripted to make money. What are you talking about? Oh, it was scripted content? I mean, the thing is this, you can tell when there's real love there. When you see these couples, you can tell if there's like chemistry, or if they've been fighting. If you pay attention to body language, you could just feel certain things. You could tell, you know. But the thing is this, they're on social media, everybody's in their business. When you put your stuff out there like that, we have a right to scrutinize and to speculate. This is TV. It's TV. We're doing right now. Yeah, she paid his bills and bought him headphones, cars, and more. And guns. Wow. Scripted content, yeah. We were all shocked when you heard. Oh, okay. Because they put on a good front. Yeah. That's what they are. You got a lot of fakers on these apps, y'all. You guys know this, but I'm gonna just say it. There's a lot of people that be on here faking. The way that they are on here ain't what they be like in real life. And you have people that act one way under one demographic, and then a whole nother with another. And it's just real interesting to see. But the veils will fall. They will. Oh, it's comedy. Okay. Thunder, don't piss me off. The survival kit is cheaper than them $32 donuts. Ain't that about to be? Something I could use for a long time versus something that's already been eaten. They had ate half the box before I left out of the school. The only one being fake was him, apparently. You know, a man doesn't decide to leave unless he has backup. Sorry, y'all. This happens too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Happens all the time. So he left her. Let me guess, he wants alimony and all that stuff too? He was cheating. Oh yeah, so his side chick. And I'll tell you what, when you're dealing with somebody who belongs to somebody else, and then that other person, the one that they made a commitment to, is no longer a threat, that relationship is not fun anymore. The spark is gone. The secrecy, all of that gives you an adrenaline rush. Once the threat is gone, once there's nothing to sneak behind and all that, it's not as fun. So for all you side chicks and side dudes out there thinking that you're going to live happily ever after, nope. It usually does not happen that way. And then you got to be worried about that person cheating on you. I've literally seen that. I've seen it happen. And I'm looking at her like, well, he was still married to such and such when you started. Like, so what do you expect? Yeah, you're going to have problems. Yeah, if she was a breadwinner and she provided all those things and now they're divorcing, unless they had a clause that said, hey, if you cheat, you don't get nothing. But if they didn't do that, then yeah. Why should she deserve half and he cheated? Make it make sense. Yeah, the fact that he cheated should cancel that out, but I don't know how the law works when it comes to that. The thrill is gone. The thrill is gone. The thrill be gone. Because sometimes side chicks and side dudes like the fact that they could just get in and get out. They've pleasured that person, giving them something that they apparently or allegedly wasn't getting at home. That's an easy job. Easy job to be a side. Real easy. There's downfalls to being a side, but it's an easy job. You can still live your life, do your thing, and then get some perks out of this married person for a little bit and go back to your living your life. Easy done. Easy day. But what happens when he come with his 3 trash bags talking about, I'm done, I'm all yours now. And she like, what? Nigga, you was just for like, I'm not trying to, I don't want what you, maybe you was reading it wrong. Because I was hyping you up and telling you all the things your wife ain't told you in the last 6 months because you've been over here creeping with me and giving me all your energy. Go back to that, because even I don't want you. If you cheated, you shouldn't get anything. Cozy Bees says, instead of cheating, you should leave when you're not happy. That part. Just do the honorable thing and leave. But a lot of people can't do that. They want their cake and eat it too. Simple. When the roles are reversed, you don't see women making that claim you just said. The laws are the one making the most money has to provide for the spouse. Boom, period. I mean, that's, it would be nice, like, if the person that cheated, that caused the separation, doesn't get anything. But that's just not how I don't think the law works, especially in certain states, you know? That's why it's important to get these prenups and stuff, you know? Because people change. You could be with somebody for 2, 3, and 5 years. And sometimes it just, boom, you're like, damn. I had no idea. They were teens when they got married. Doubt there's any, oh yeah. So they've been together since they were kids. Yeah. Ain't no prenup. That was love, you know? But people get in these situations and feelings change. You grow in different directions. One starts cheating. One starts making more money. One starts paying attention too much to social media and trying to live that life in. Things just don't be the same. And sometimes it's hard to come back from that. And a lot of people don't want to do the work. Counseling and God and all that. They don't want to do that. A lot of men want 50-50 anyways while doing 80-10. I tend to tap out on your viewpoints. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, they want you to pay half the bills and then also come home and cook and clean. And we've been doing it for so long. Women are just used to doing it, you know? Is it fair? I think it just depends on each household and but I think that a lot of times these people aren't having these discussions when they go into these relationships. Because you see it on divorce court. I'm paying all the bills and I'm cooking and while he's sitting on the couch playing PlayStation. Or we both work, but I got to tend to the kids full time. Like, how is that fair? You know, so I think sometimes you just have to sit and just have the discussions with your people before you start. These are conversations that people just aren't having. When we have kids, are you going to expect for me to do X, Y, and Z? Yeah, because I'm not changing no diapers. Good to know. I know I can't have kids with you. I'll enjoy you for now. But when I meet Larry, who's willing to, you got to go. You know? But have these discussions and really see. And you'll be able to tell if a person's being honest or not. Because once you start living with them, once you start courting them, once you start going to their house, you can see how they live and what they expect you to do. And it's like, nah, this ain't the type of person that's going to be there. This ain't the type of person that's going to help me cook dinner. You know? She walked away and they just closed the deal on the house. I don't think she cares anymore. Ooh, if she walked away and you just closed on the house, yeah, she done. She don't give a damn. I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, there was a lady who grew oranges, and for some reason, those were the sweetest oranges when I was stealing them. But when she gave me a bag full, it didn't taste the same. It didn't taste the same when you stole them. When you stole them, it was like forbidden fruit. Like, ooh, this is good. Yeah. That's how carnal we are. When you're doing something you ain't supposed to, it feels so good in the moment. And then when it's just given, it's like, you know, that's why it's important to work for what you want. You work for what you want, you're going to value it more. But if you got to lie, cheat, steal, and it was just given to you, the value, they've been together since 14, but not married as teens. Oh, okay, they got married later. Being together since 14 doesn't mean they will last. That part. You go through so many changes mentally and emotionally. You know, 14, by the time you're 20, you're a different person. By the time you're 27, you're different again. And if you're not on the same page, it's just hard. She says, I never wanted to do it, so I chose to never marry. Wish I would have kids and be his everything too. Oh, hell no. I know that's right. Well, she overpaid for a man who was never enough for her. Wow. And that's another thing too, women. We do too much for people that aren't worth it. But you love, you know, we all love and we all want love. So we show it in different ways. And I have a mind to think that the men that don't provide as much are the cheaters, because they're already not putting in effort. You know? I don't know. I just think the men that really take care of their women are the ones less likely to go out and do that. But I've known some good providers that still went out and did what they did. Her earning money was too much. She said, how do you know? Were you there? But I guess according to, you know, what you guys see on social media, she was doing a lot for this man. I think when you do too much for a man is, you know, you're not allowing him to be in his masculine, to be the provider. When we give too much, that's why I had to cut certain people out of my life, because I'm like, I need you. I can't be your backup on everything. You got to figure this out on your own. You have to. Because if I'm doing this, that's just enabling you. You know? It's just, you can't do too much for a man. You just can't. Cozy B says, at 19 years old, going to school to be a chef. What would indicate he wasn't enough back then? Yeah, if he was on his grind. Now, he may not be the best chef, but it sounds like he was putting in the effort to do what he got to do. You got to find the sweet spot between broke and provider. Too far on either side, they're likely to cheat. I know that's right, Joanna. I know that's right. No man wants to take hundreds of photo shoots with their woman unless they're a little funny. Unless you're a little funny and he likes to be in front of the mirror. Yeah, ain't no man signing up for that shit all the time. Hell no, not no real man. Oh, okay. Yeah, he was a basic chef. Did he own his own restaurant? I guess I don't understand the big controversy about this. I just don't understand why it's a big deal. What up, Blade? I think that's what I'm confused about. What's the big deal about these people? Did they have like millions of followers? I never heard of them. It'd be a lot of people I ain't never heard of. I just scroll through because I'm like, I don't know these people. Oh, he just wasn't pulling in the funds. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, she looked pretty young. Social media presence. Talented for whatever reason. So, yeah. That social media money comes real fast, and it's a lot. Whoa! 16 million? 16 million people know this bitch, and I don't know who the hell she is. Wow. Shout out to her. Folks are upset a woman literally paid for him to have a better life and he was ungrateful for it. Well, duh, okay, that's it. She did all these things for him and he still left. What does that tell you? You could be the perfect woman. You could do all the things. And sometimes it still isn't enough. It still isn't enough. Truth, I was speaking to a Filipino nurse. We poverty in America is rich. Yeah, than in the Philippines. Facts. Cozy says, if you ain't got nothing else to do, you better take 100 photos with your lady and get this money. Hello. That's true. If you ain't doing nothing else and it's going to help her grow and you benefit from that money, then yeah. But I just don't think a lot of men, real men, would want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Did you ever see the chick that would do cartwheels and heels? If so, that is her. Never seen her before. And I love a good cartwheel, honey. I love a good cartwheel. Real men don't want to be taken care of, so now he can date down and she will date up. Bingo. Yeah. I just hate to... I'm so sorry. If I don't get that out, it's going down the back of my throat, and then I'm gonna be pissed. Especially when kids are involved. You know, I don't like the idea of divorce. I just think we have to be better at communicating and have patience with one another. But in these days and age, it's really hard because, like I said, we live in a microwave generation where we want everything now. We want the relationship to be perfect. We want him to solve this. We want her to do better in this. We want her to lose weight right now. She just had the baby. It's just a lot. We want it all now. We don't have patience for one another, period. And it's a sad world that we live in. She won't be able to date up. No, her limits are gonna be her pool. I don't care how many followers and how much money she got. I've seen some of the baddest women. Beautiful. Career. Money. Love men. Single. Because they don't want to date down. And the ones that are up, they don't want them for whatever reason. So she's going to have to date down. Again, I think. I'm not going to put that on her. But I think she's going to have to. She just got to find one that's going to love her. But that's the thing. Whether you're a man or a woman and you're wealthy and you made this thing and you're famous and you're known, it's going to be very, very hard to tell who's there for you versus the money. It's very hard. I dated a guy that only dated military girls, and I said, your last 3 relationships was military? Interesting. Because they know we got a stable paycheck. They know we got health insurance. You know, life insurance. So you just have to be careful about who you date. Because sometimes you just never know a person's intention. So you just have to be very careful, mindful, use discernment, ask a lot of questions, get to know who they are, talk to their friends and families, all that good shit. Learn about their exes and why they broke up. Yeah, they do Project Leroy. They say they can, but then look at Vivica. Yeah. Especially when you're in that industry. Anything surrounding social media and entertainment, sports is a dirty game. What up, Frank Rice? A woman's career don't make her a bad chick. It does to other women. It does to other women. We prop each other up on stuff like that. Shout out to all the baddies out there getting that bag. Yes, sir. But yeah, I would imagine with the man, it's not, you know, especially if he makes his own money. Unless he's a gold digger. So we just got to have discernment. The rooms she's in will only allow her to date up. Mark my words, she will be with the celebrity who has less followers but with more money than Desmond. Oh, probably. Yeah, if she's in that circle, if she's in that... She gave her best to a chef. Let that sink in. Nothing more she can give after a marriage and kids except more kids and a business marriage. Oh, Project Leroy, ye of little faith. anything is possible. And I think if she puts herself in a position, I mean, well, I don't know her, you know, and I don't follow her, so I can't say. I don't know. Wish her the best, though. Dating down will only put her back in the situation. Men can't handle when their woman has more notoriety or money than them, period. I've been there. It's not fun. It's not. And it's not very obvious. It's a lot of little microaggressions, little shit that add up, and you're like, damn, this nigga hating. You know? Y'all also got the urge to kill, PTSD, and access to weapons. Yeah, that part too. Sometimes you got to take the good with the bad. Yeah, Vivica stuck. She still won't let 50 go. Brittany Renner said the same thing about dating up, and look what she got now. Where's she at now? She just passed him financially, that's all. When she dates up, I hope she gets a future. Of course, yeah, we got to root for that. We got to be positive, y'all. We got to be positive. You know, I wish the best for people. I don't wish divorce on nobody, you know. But at the end of the day, these are social media celebrities, and how we feel about it, you know, don't mean nothing. It's just commentary. This commentary. I'm about to take advantage of this veteran parking right here while you're moving it. It's right up front with a handicap. Yes, Lord. Thank you. All right, y'all. Let me go in here and get this hatchet, wood saw, and goggles for the kid, so he could chop this wood. And then I'm gonna get some wood on the side just in case he can't get it started, and maybe some wood packs. But I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a blessed day. Future, have you lost your mind? I don't care. No, Future is fine. If I could just have one night with a couple of left, Future is on the list. I just one time. I just want to see it one time. Just one time. I just want to see what it do one time. I don't need you to come back. I don't need breakfast in the morning. I don't need a bag. I don't need none of that. Just one time. Future is fine. Ooh, that man fine. I see why Cece had to tap that down. She had to see what's to it. He is trash. He ain't Future ain't it. But he might know what he doing. All right, y'all. Peace. Have a great wood on the side. Yeah, I got to get some wood on the side. On the side. You know how we do. Y'all have a great day. I'll see you later.